Well, JoyNews reporter Latif Iddris is expected to spend another day at the hospital for further medical examination after he suffered brutality at the hands of sub-policemen at the police headquarters on Tuesday evening. Complaining of severe abdominal, waist and chest pains, Latif Iddris managed a few words with the news team when we checked up on him this morning.
I got to the CID headquarters at around 6:50 p.m. and I was getting ready to do live on JoyNews Prime with him, this camera technician, Joel. So I called him and he told me he was on the second floor of the CID main building. So I walked inside. Then I called him again. He told me he'd come out. So I had to join him outside. I got outside and I called him again. Then I saw him standing about some few yards away from me. So I was going there, then I said, no, let me just do some inquiries. And then, so I approached one officer who was standing in front of one of the crowd control vehicles.
It was inside the compound?
Outside.
Outside.
In front of the main gate. I asked him if they have any special name for the crowd control vehicle. Then, in a very rude manner, he said in a can that I should get off. Free me so nkwasiasem anaju na wabe bisa me ka ni din ana in a can. I got embarrassed, so I turned and I was walking away and I said, "Oh Charlie." "Oh Charlie," the "Oh Charlie" I said was my offense. He held my shirt, pulled me back and slapped me in the face. He came and held me again. "Who are you? I'm talking to you and you're telling me, oh Charlie." And then pushed me to a crowd of police officers who had gathered in front of them.
How many of these police officers?
There were a lot of them. There were lots.
Can you put a number to them?
For those gathered in front of the headquarters, there were more than 20. So he pushed me into them. They didn't know what was going on between the two of us. But I don't know, they all started beating me, slapping me here and there. So I shouted and called him, "Joel." Joel, he came and I asked him to start filming. He raised his camera and he started doing something. Some of them also pounced on him and pulled him away. So then they pushed me into the main building and it got crazy.
So all this happened outside?
Yeah.
Outside there?
What I've narrated happened outside in front of the main CID headquarters. Then they pushed me into the main compound and it was nasty. They were just joining in numbers. Whoever comes, slaps, hits me, kick me with the foot.
Were they questioning you? What?
I kept telling the one who was leading this whole thing that, can you ask the guy who started this whole thing what I've done to him, what crime I've committed? They wouldn't.
Latif, in all this, did they know who you were? Did they know you were a journalist? Did you have your tag and everything on? Did they know that?
I didn't have my tag, but I had explained to the first guy that I'm getting ready to go live on JoyNews Prime. I had my live equipment with me.
So at least they should be able to tell that.
No, so they pushed me in there and they joined and beat me up with sticks, with their legs, with the back of the guns hitting my. Yesterday I asked him to take a shot of that. They hit me with the back of the gun about 3 times at the back of my head here. They hit me with sticks in my rib. What
kind of sticks? Is it a baton they were holding on?
This one is just ordinary stick. One of them he was just hitting it here. Those who were hitting me with their legs were doing it. Those who were slapping me from left, right, center.
You can't tell how many these police officers were?
There were about 10 of them. And one of them came around and said, "I know this guy. He's been working with Kofi."
Who is Kofi?
I don't know the Kofi he was talking about. Then one of them said, "Yes, we know him."
One was able to identify you as a journalist.
One. Then one of them, who was one among those who were beating me, then said, "Yes, we know him." So they knew that I'm a journalist. So he came in and pulled me out of there But then I had to squat because I felt dizzy at the point. So I had to squat for a while. Then he held my hand, and I kept asking, can you ask the guy the crime I have committed to be treated like some hardened criminal who has been arrested by a mob or something? They wouldn't listen. So he pulled me outside. When we got at the main gate, he pushed me and asked me to leave. So I feel the pains in my head, because that's where they used the butt of the gun to hit, and my rib, and in my right leg, and my chest.
Why they hit your chest too?
Yeah, they were hitting me all over, so.
These are the areas you feel pain, but generally, how are you feeling?
My neck as well, yeah, because of the slaps, you know.
What has the doctor been telling you?
He was very worried yesterday. Yesterday night when I got here. So he said we're going to run some X-rays, and then it will inform him whether to detain me again or let me go today.
What we go through to bring you the news, sometimes really terrible. We'll be bringing you updates on Latif's health.